Welcome to today's new family orientation session. Before we begin, we have a few important housekeeping notes to cover.
La traducción al español para esta sesión es proporcionada por Wordly, una herramienta de traducción en tiempo real. Para acceder a este contenido en español, haga clic en el icono del globo en la barra de herramientas del lado derecho de la pantalla y seleccione Español en la lista de opciones de traducción.
Today's session is being recorded. Recordings will be available approximately 3 hours after the session ends. You can find session recordings in your session schedule or in the on-demand page of the Hub. To ask questions during this session, click on the Q&A button in the panel to the right of your screen. We'll answer as many questions as we can, either during the session or at the end. You can submit questions anonymously. Please don't share any personal information in questions, as questions will be visible to all guests. If you see a question in the Q&A panel that you want to see answered, upvote it to let our team know. Lastly, we ask that you please join us in upholding and promoting UC San Diego's principles of community, and in keeping our community free from any and all forms of discrimination and harassment. Now let's get started with today's new family orientation session.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Vatch. I am a study abroad advisor in the study abroad office at UC San Diego. And my wonderful colleague, Emily, is on the Q&A today. So any questions that you submit through the chat, she will be helping you out. And as we get our presentation loaded here, I'll speak of the presentation. We just wanted to give our quick introduction. So we are here today, and thank you so much for attending. I see 100 attendees, which is very exciting. I'm here today to encourage you to encourage your students to study abroad. And I know it might seem like, wow, we just got here, but I'm here to tell you today to encourage them to leave and have this wonderful opportunity to have a global experience. Next slide, please. So today's presentation is actually the same presentation that your student will see when they come to our office to learn more about the study abroad opportunities. So one way that you can help your student get started is by encouraging them to participate in our Get Started Canvas course. So this is available on our website. The students can click on a link and it will give them an overview of the programs. Next slide, please. So when we study abroad, it's not just talking to us advisors in the study abroad office. It's really talking to every advisor that's available on campus, really. And I know you are learning a lot about that right now as you attend this family orientation, all of the resources that are available for your students. And that doesn't end with study abroad. So not only will your student have access to study abroad advisors like myself and Emily, students are also going to be in close communication with their major and college academic advisors to discuss academic requirements, how study abroad fits into their academic plan, how to petition courses. They will also speak to their program advisors. So depending on the program that your student selects, there is a team of staff, advisors, specialists, and a host of other people there to support them as well. So one program which we'll talk about in a minute is UCEAP, and they also have advisors to support students. We are lucky in our office to also have financial aid advisors dedicated to our office and supporting our students, as well as a team of advisors like Emily and myself to support your student, understand what it means to study abroad, navigate applying, and everything that goes along with that. Next slide, please. So students may wonder, well, okay, yeah, I want to study abroad and there's all these resources, but how do I connect with those advisors? There's a few ways students can speak to us. We have drop-in advising, which is currently virtual. During those drop-in advising times, students can speak with an advisor about how to research programs, how to apply, learn more about financial aid and scholarships. We also have the Virtual Advising Center, which you may have learned about already through any department or college orientations. This is a way for students to submit questions to us, which we answer. Our financial aid advisors also have thorough resources on our website, as well as drop-in advising times. And then students will also need to check in with their major in college to see when those resources are available. And of course, UC-EAP also offers ways for students to learn more about programs. That is in the form of webinars, some drop-in hours, as well as workshops. I will also mention that during the fall term, we will be hosting sessions just like you're attending today. So please encourage your student to check out our website to see when we begin those sessions. Next slide. When students are considering studying abroad, there's so many things to ask, like, what kind of program am I looking for? Where do I want to go? What do I want to study? Do I want to learn in English or another language? So we're going to walk through some of the planning considerations that students consider before they study abroad. Next slide. And these are in no particular order, but of course, these have a lot of importance. So there are always academic considerations. You see San Diego students come to us all the time with, how does this fit into my academic plan? Will the classes count? And we are there to talk through with the students how the classes they take when they're studying abroad apply to their academic plan. Of course, as study abroad advisors, we don't have the permission to approve those classes, which is why it's so important that the students speak to their major, their college, their minor about how the classes will fit into that plan. And those resources can also help them understand the petition process. Can they use internships or gain research opportunities? So as students think about what they want to study, it kind of helps narrow down what opportunities are available. The programs that we'll get into a little later in the presentation offer so much, and we support students to study abroad for any reason that is important to them. So maybe it's taking classes to go through towards their major. Maybe it's a destination they've always dreamed of going to, or it's a heritage language. So we really walk students through that process and understanding what to consider and also how to articulate the questions they have to their academic departments. Timing is also very important for our students. As you can see from the slide, summer is the most popular study abroad time. We also have fall semester, fall quarter, year-long programs, winter quarter, spring semester. So there are many, many, many times to study abroad. We also have students who study abroad multiple times in their career at UCSD. They may go next summer, let's say, and then decide a year later they want to go for the fall of their junior year. So there's a lot of opportunities for students to be flexible with the times that they study abroad, and also find a time that is right for them and really works into their plan. The students can also think about their graduation when they get to that point, how studying abroad might affect that, or will they be, when will they return from studying abroad, when courses are back. So we talk through a lot of this with our students, but we're really excited to see so many options because every student has a plan that is unique to them, and there are enough programs for students to get excited to put that planning into place. Next slide, please. Financial considerations are probably one of the top concerns and considerations of our students. That is why we are so excited to have a financial aid advisor in our office who not only has drop-in advising times, but has opportunities to contact them with questions. This person has also created amazing resources on our website that address summer compared to fall, compared to year-long programs. So we are very lucky in our office to have this level of support for our students. It's also helped us understand students' finances that much more as well. So we are equipped to walk our students through this. And once your student figures out what program they want to go on, our financial aid advisor can then work with them to look at the budget and their financial aid award and really map it out for the students. So the students feel so much more confident going into the process and going on their study abroad experience because they have this financial knowledge. Next slide, please. Location and language, I'm just going to kind of talk about these at the same time. Location and language are also big considerations for our students. Some students want to be in big bustling cities. Other students would prefer to be in rural communities or maybe doing community service work somewhere. So there are a lot of programs where students can find these options. There are also programs where, I'm going to use the UK for an example, where there might be programs in London, but there are also programs in smaller cities outside the bigger city. So you can be in one country and have multiple options of where to study abroad. So that is also something to consider. Students also consider this because it can be, as we all know, more expensive in bigger locations and more popular destinations. So sometimes considering smaller towns or less popular cities might find that it's a better financially for them as well. Some programs too, there's varying program considerations where you can be on a program with local students or only Americans. So these are things to consider as they select their programs as well. Language factors into this too. While there are many programs in English, there are also full language immersion programs. There's also programs where students can take all their classes in English but be in a non-English speaking country. So there's a lot of flexibility and options for students to choose from. There's also programs where students can take introductory classes into a language, but still take the majority of their classes in English. And all of the eligibility requirements and placement are on the websites for these programs as well. Next slide, please. Identity and diversity also play such a big part into how our students choose programs as well. We have many resources on our website to help students find programs where they feel safe and celebrated, and also opportunities to connect, as well as information sessions offered by some of our partners and support on campus to help our students feel safe and comfortable in the locations that they choose. Next slide, please. This slide, of course, is for our families, parents, guardians, those of you who are here today to support your students. Please, I'll give you a minute to scan this QR code. It will take you to a recorded webinar that has been offered in the past, and goes into a bit of a different level of resources for our families and what they need to know. So please scan that, and that you can follow up with that later on if you want more study abroad information. And that's probably enough time. Next slide, please. All right, now we're going to get into the program options for studying abroad. Next, please. So we're starting with our own global seminars. So UC San Diego Global Seminars are faculty-led programs managed, supported, and run through UC San Diego. We have a team of amazing advisors who coordinate our global seminars, and these programs are offered during summer session 1 and 2. These are UC San Diego courses taught abroad instead of on campus. Class sizes are relatively small, which is such a highlight of these programs, and they're led by renowned faculty in their field from UCSD. So students enroll in 2 classes for a total of 8 UCSD units. And they take specific classes that some of them fulfill writing requirements on campus. There's internships, there are language courses, there's such a variety of classes. And if you go to our website after this presentation, you'll see what will be offered for the summer of 2026. So eligibility for these programs is a 2.0 GPA. There are many scholarships available for our students, and your student can apply and go as soon as next summer. So these are very accessible classes. They're exciting. These are wonderful opportunities because you may have heard this already with some of the sessions you've gone to, but class sizes at UC San Diego are, I would say, rarely 15 to 28 students. So this is a really amazing opportunity for your student to not only connect with renowned faculty, but also other students at UC San Diego. It's a really great opportunity for students to connect with a professor and build these lifelong connections on these study abroad programs. And global seminars are offered every summer. And as I mentioned, if you go to the Global Seminars website, globalseminar.ucsd.edu. The 2026 list is up now, and applications will open this fall. The Global Seminars team will also host a variety of presentations and workshops so students can get to know the programs as well as the professors who are leading them. Next slide, please. UC-EAP stands for the University of California Education Abroad Program. UC-EAP is the program provider for the UC system. So what's different compared to global seminars is UC-EAP have a wide variety of programs that serve all UC students. The classes are not just UCSD students, but UCSD courses, but they are UC credits. So any class a student takes on these programs is UC transferable, and the grades are calculated into a student's UC GPA, as well as the units go into their cumulative units going towards graduation. For students to have these credits count towards the requirements, they do need to speak to their major, their minor, their college, and go through the petition process. And there are so many opportunities for students. These programs run summer, quarter, semester, and year-long. They have multiple scholarships available. They also have their own support network as well. So not only does our office advise on UC-EAP programs, but UC-EAP has their own teams that support students as well. And another great highlight of UC-EAP are their internship and research opportunities available to students. And it's a really great opportunity with a wide variety of options where you're immersing yourself in studying at universities, or there are programs where you are only studying abroad with other study abroad students. So a lot of variety and great course offerings, and also a lot of thematic programs where students can really focus in on their major or a topic that interests them. Thank you. Next slide, please. Next, we have our Global Exchange program. Global Exchange are unique to UC San Diego. So these are bilateral partnerships with UC San Diego and an international institution. So these are students stay enrolled at UC San Diego, and they pay their UC San Diego tuition, and then it pays for the program abroad. So we have students who are coming to study at UC San Diego from those universities, and vice versa, we are sending students to those universities to study. These are excellent programs, cost effective because of that exchange between UC San Diego and the partner institution, scholarships available, and a wide variety of programs that not only are subject-based, but also allow students to have some flexibility and take a variety of coursework. Same goes with the classes do still need to be petitioned with their major and college, and most of the programs are taught in English, and the credit does come in as transfer credit. So different than global seminars and UC-EAP, the grades do not factor into the cumulative GPA for students, but the courses students do pass, those units are added into their cumulative units. Next slide, please. We are so grateful and excited about this next opportunity. We sent our first cohort of students this past summer on the Future Innovators Global Internship Program. This is in collaboration with CIEE, which is a renowned study abroad provider. We are able to award students who are new to UC San Diego fall of 2025. So your students who are Pell eligible can apply for this wonderful opportunity for a fully funded international internship in London, Berlin, Singapore, or Cape Town. These are amazing opportunities. CIEE really sets up our students. They're well connected in these cities all over the world, and students are given a true internship experience that really builds their resume, their confidence, and is just an amazing opportunity. So we're so grateful to CIEE to be able to award these students. So we are, if you are on the Instagram for UC San Diego, they recently posted a video of one of the students who's on this program. So follow along, and hopefully they'll be posting more from these amazing students. Next slide, please. All right, well, I think this is our last slide. So the next steps that you can relay to your student are to go to our website, check out that Canvas course where it goes through all of our various study abroad programs. Students can also create an account in Triton's Abroad, which is our in-house application system. There's a quick profile for them to fill out. So once they fill that out, they can search programs and see what's out there. Once students are registered too, they're able to send us questions through the Virtual Advising Center. We also just started our drop-in advising for the summer. It is not, it's for now until the quarter begins. It's on Mondays from 1 to 3. So check our Google Calendar, which is also posted on our website, for more information on how students can get in touch with us. And we look forward to hearing from your students. We're so excited to support them, and we hope you will encourage them to visit us. Thank you so much. Oh, we're now, we're answering some questions in the Q&A, and my colleague Emily is going to address some of the popular questions that have come up, and I'm happy to answer any of those live. So I'm going to just give it a second so we can connect really quick, and then we're happy to answer some of these more popular questions. So Emily mentioned there have been a lot of questions about transfer students. Before I see any specific information, I'm going to make a guess. Transfer students can study abroad as soon as their second or third quarter at UCSD. We have had transfer students go abroad as soon as winter quarter, spring semester, spring quarter. It is very important, if you are supporting a transfer student, that they contact us as soon as possible. We know that their time here at UCSD is quicker than those who've started as their first year. So we are here to support them. We can walk them through the options that are available to them and what programs are still accepting applications. Many have closed for the 25-26 school year, specifically for winter and spring 26. Some programs are still open, some are closing. So I would encourage your student to check out the UC EAP website. They list all the application deadlines to see what might still be available for them. But it is absolutely possible for your transfer student to study abroad. We send many transfer students abroad, and we would love to talk to them more. I'm going to highlight the difference between global exchange and UC EAP once again. So UC EAP is the UC's system-wide study abroad provider. So every classes UC EAP offers through their various universities and programs are UC transferable. The grades, the grades factor into their UC GPA, and they get, for everything they pass, they get units towards graduation. Programs are all throughout the year, as you can see under the timing line: summer, quarter, semester year. They have their own scholarships. All financial aid that a student receives goes towards UCAP. I should mention that as well. So any UC aid, grants, scholarships, federal aid can also be applied towards UCEAP. If you go to our website under the financial aid page, our financial aid advisor has created a document with a chart to show the different terms, the different programs, and how financial aid applies to them. So I would for sure check that out. And so these are programs where students can attend a directly go to a university and study along with local and international students. These are programs where students can, there might be a program where they will only be studying with other study abroad students or other UC students, but there are hundreds of programs for students to choose from with a lot of varying eligibility requirements too. So that's something to keep in mind. But new students can apply as soon as, for transfer students, they may be eligible for winter or spring programs that are still available. For first-year students, they could be eligible as soon as summer of next year. One thing I will mention with study abroad, summer is our start. So with the regular school year and when you're talking with your departments and your major and your colleges, summer is the end. But for study abroad, summer is the beginning. So I want to just clarify that as I talk about summer start. Global exchange in comparison, the other way. Thank you so much, teamwork. So global exchange in comparison are bilateral partnerships with UC San Diego. So while UC EAP has partnerships with universities, these partnerships through global exchange are UC San Diego in partnership with this university abroad. So it's a little bit different in that they stay enrolled as a UC San Diego student. They pay their regular UC San Diego tuition and fees, and they have access to their financial aid, but they will be studying at a university abroad. With UC EAP, I should mention that cost does vary depending on the program, the partnership. So you might see programs that are in line with a quarter at UCSD. You might see programs that are more expensive. It just kind of depends. So global exchange is a relationship between UC San Diego and international institutions, and UC EAP is the UC system-wide, so Office of the President, so UC system-wide partnerships. And this one also differs because it's transfer credit versus UC credit. Students, okay, I'm gonna jump in. Thank you, Emily, for throwing these questions into the chat. I appreciate it. Costs of programs can be found on the program's websites. So UC EAP, every program has a program page. Cost is one of the tabs that you can select, and we'll run through the cost of the program. It'll break down the UC costs and then additional costs that are part of the total budget. Global Seminar, same thing. They do a really detailed breakdown of the cost of the programs. And then what students can do is then compare that with the information on our the financial aid page of our website to see what's available during the summer. How does that differ from the regular school year? What aid is available, etc. So that is how people will find out about costs of the programs. Financial aid can vary. So it is important to understand that depending on the program and depending on the student, it will adjust. It's so nuanced for every student and every family and their award. For UC EAP, all the aid they would get during a typical school year will follow them abroad, and it might, based on the budget for the program. I will say that students, if you do a UC EAP program, you are not paying both UCSD tuition and UC EAP tuition. You are paying through UC EAP. I will say there are some campus fees, but it is not, you're not paying the full cost of tuition at UC San Diego. You're paying through UC EAP. I'm jumping around a little bit. I'm looking at the cost ones. All right. When do students need to apply? If students are considering studying abroad as soon as next summer 26 or fall or year of 2026, they should start researching now and they will apply this fall. Applications for global seminars typically open November 1st, and applications for UC EAP, I don't know on the top of my head, so I don't want to say the wrong information, but it will also open this fall. Many opportunities are first come, first serve. So if a student is excited about a location or a program, and it is in like Japan, for instance, programs that fill up quite fast, they should be applying as soon as they open. So yes, and keep an eye on our website. We'll list all of those deadlines on there as well. The best time to study abroad is really up to when it's the best time for your student. So I truly encourage your student to meet with their academic departments, their major, their college, look at their 2 or their 4-year plan. They might see a space on their plans that show a lot of electives, or areas where there's a lot of flexibility. Students should pay close attention to courses that are sequential, because it's not always that they're offered every quarter. So it's important for students to really begin the planning process, especially if they already have studying abroad in mind, to see when it works best for them. We have sent sophomores, juniors, seniors, or 2nd, 3rd, 4th year students abroad. So while, so it really depends on when it fits best for the student, but also when they're eligible too. So it could be that some programs, like with UC-EAP, you're going to see it varying more in terms of eligibility. Maybe they need to be a junior, some are sophomore. So it really depends. First, I see this opportunities for first-year students. Absolutely. So students can go on a global seminar as soon as next summer. The eligibility is a 2.0 GPA. So as long as they have that, they are eligible. For UC-EAP programs, there'll be some that they're eligible for as soon as next summer and next school year. Again, it's about looking at the eligibility requirements. Every UC-EAP program page has a snapshot where it's very easy to see right off the bat what they need. Some are GPA, some are what year they are in school, some because they are themed programs, they must be that major in order to participate, things like those. So those are important things to look out for. Okay. These are great questions. Thanks, everybody. Cranking through. All right. So another question that has come in is what countries are best for English-only speakers? And I will say there are, as you scroll through these thank you. As you scroll through these programs, you're going to see a variety of, you're going to see everything. You're going to see programs where English is the language, right? You're going to see programs in the UK, Australia. You're going to see programs, just off the top of my head, we have programs in Italy where all the classes are taught in English. They can choose to take Italian, but they're going to have a variety of courses taught in English too. So it's hard to say what countries are best for English-only speakers. I think it's about more than, it's understanding your student. Do they feel comfortable being in a country where they will possibly need to learn the basics, like how to say, do you speak English in the host country language, or please and thank you and things like that. If they're not comfortable with that and they prefer to hear English where they go, or they're willing to be somewhere where they do need to learn just some basics to get around. But I think it really depends on the student. There's so many amazing programs where we are not sending a majority of students on those programs who speak the language, I guess is what I'll say. We've had, our students are successful everywhere they go. How does housing work while students studying abroad? So if students are living on campus and they are studying abroad, they need to be in touch with the housing and dining offices. They are fully aware that students are studying abroad during their time at UC San Diego. So it is important that students don't sign contracts if they know they're going to be away. And when they return, they're reaching out to the housing offices to get on lists to be eligible for housing upon return. So we're very close with our housing office, and really students need to be in communication with housing in order to make sure they're not paying for something they're not using when they're abroad, and they have housing when they return. All right, how many courses units do students need to take abroad, and how do courses transfer? So students, it depends on the program. We have some quarter programs. Even though you're coming to UCSD on the quarter system, a lot of study abroad programs during the academic year are semester. So it will vary. What I will say is always during the regular school year, students are taking the minimum to be a full-time student. Typically, this ranges from 4 to 5 classes for a semester program, maybe 3 to 4 for a quarter-length program. For summer, students typically take 2 classes. Programs during the summer range from 4 to 8 weeks, so it really depends on the program. Our global seminars are 5 weeks long. The shortest UC EAP summer program that I know is 4 weeks, and the longest is 8. And classes transfer automatically for UC EAP and global seminars, because global seminars are UC San Diego classes. They're enrolled in summer session, and that's how that works. So it's very seamless. With UC EAP, the teams at UC EAP communicate directly with our registrar's office, and that's how those classes get on students' records. And then if students do global exchange, those transcripts are sent to admissions, and admissions posts that information. All right. Why is UC EAP the most popular? Well, UC EAP is very popular because of the variety of programs, the diversity of programs, the locations that they're in, and also the ease of transfer. When students are abroad, they live either on the campus of the university, in residence houses or apartments that are close or connected to universities. Some programs own apartments in the cities that the students are living in, and so they'll set them up there. Some programs have homestays, so they may live with a local family as well. I'm going to just take a quick sip of water. Okay, can students attend multiple study abroad programs? Absolutely. Students can for sure study abroad more than once. This happens often. So if they are interested in doing that, we encourage them to talk to us so we can help them plan that out. There is financial aid for global seminars. Students are eligible for any aid that is available over the summer. That includes Pell scholarships and any aid that is available over the summer. So as I mentioned, the financial aid page on our website, our financial aid advisor, he has created an entire page for global seminars. So it goes into those details as well. If you still have any questions that we haven't answered, it sounds like Emily's letting me know that I've caught up. Phew, you can see me wiping my brow. But if anything has come up, go ahead and throw that into the chat, and I'm happy to spend the next couple minutes answering those questions. Oh, and also take a look at the chat. Emily has answered many questions there as well. So if you scroll through that, you'll most likely see some popular questions that have been answered. Yeah, are there scholarships that are need-based? Absolutely. There's scholarships for merit and for need. So absolutely, students, one in particular that is quite popular is the Gilman Scholarship. The Gilman Scholarship is for Pell eligible students only. So students can apply for that. It's quite lucrative. I think the max amount is about $5,000. So we awarded about 20 students, or we didn't, but about 20 of our UC San Diego students were selected for summer and fall scholarships this year. Yes, students, even if they don't qualify for aid, can still apply for scholarships. And yes, there's general scholarships, there's merit and need. So there is a lot of variety with scholarships. So I would encourage students to try. And I will say we offer, especially during scholarship season, which for summer, fall, and year departures is in March. So we a lot of deadlines are in March, I should say, end of February, March. So what we do is we'll offer scholarship writing workshops that students can attend and either get feedback on scholarships they've written or get really great tips on how to write those essays. We're also happy to support our students, but they can't turn their essays into us a day before, which, believe it or not, happens, because we would like our students to be awarded that money as much as they do. So we're here to support them and offer those workshops. We also have some recorded sessions on our website. There's a financial aid recorded session, and there may also be a scholarship session there as well. All right, well, I just want to thank everyone for attending today. It's so exciting to see these large numbers of support for our students. It brings us joy knowing that you're here today and hopefully going to nudge your students to study abroad. Please encourage them to reach out to us in the Virtual Advising Center, stop by our drop-in advising, jump on our website, see what's out there. We're really here to support them, and we thank you today for joining.